What if I told you that an entire village, 600 souls, simply vanished without a trace? No bodies, no signs of struggle. Just a whisper in the wind and a chilling message left behind. There is no salvation. This is the story of Hoer Verde, a forgotten Brazilian village swallowed by the unknown in 1923. It started with a delay. A neighboring village waited for the daily shipment from Hoer Verde, but it never arrived. A missed day was unusual, but not unheard of. The villagers assumed a storm had slowed the traders, or that they had chosen to delay the trip. But when the second day passed, with no sign of them, unease set in. By the third day, something was wrong. A small group of men decided to make the journey themselves, taking a boat through the dense jungle to reach Hoer Verde. As they approached, they saw the small wooden docks, familiar houses just beyond them. But something felt off. The docks, usually bustling with life, were empty. No workers, no traders, no children playing by the shore. The boat rocked against the current, the ropes still securing it in place. Everything was intact.
No signs of an attack. No signs of escape. Just nothing.
As they stepped onto the docks and walked into the village, the silence became unbearable. No voices, no footsteps. The streets, usually filled with laughter and chatter, now lay abandoned. Wooden signs creaked in the wind, swinging lazily. Doors stood wide open. Inside the homes, plates of food remained half-eaten on dinner tables. Candles had melted down to their bases, their flames long since extinguished. It was as if life had simply paused. And then they found the school. The doors were ajar. Inside, the chairs and desks stood in perfect rows, untouched. But something was wrong. A gun lay on the ground, cold metal glinting in the dim light. The smell of recently burned gunpowder lingered in the air. And on the chalkboard, in hurried, uneven handwriting, were 4 words. There is no salvation. No bodies, no blood. No signs of a struggle. Just an entire village. Gone. When the police arrived, they combed through every building, every pathway, every hidden corner of Hoer Verde. But the town's 600 inhabitants had simply ceased to exist. No footprints led away from the village. No trails, no discarded belongings. No evidence of mass migration. It was as if they had vanished into thin air. The investigation raised more questions than answers. Who fired the gun? Was it a warning? A final act of desperation? And what did the message on the chalkboard mean? Theories began to emerge. Some say the villagers were forced to flee. In 1923, Brazil was a country on the brink of chaos. President Artur da Silva Bernardes faced a violent political siege, with guerrilla fighters battling government forces in hidden corners of the country. Perhaps the village had been evacuated by military forces or kidnapped by rebels. But if that were the case, where were they taken? And why would there be no records of their relocation? No survivors? No witnesses? A village of 600 people doesn't just disappear unless they weren't meant to be found. Others believe something far more sinister was at play. The phrase, "there is no salvation," has deep religious undertones. In Latin, extra ecclesiam nulla salus means, outside the church there is no salvation. A warning. A prophecy. A last prayer from those who knew something terrible was coming. What if the town was marked by something unholy? Some locals whisper that the villagers of Hoer Verde were cursed, that they had unknowingly angered something in the jungle, an ancient force that does not forgive trespassers. The Amazon rainforest holds secrets that modern civilization barely understands. There are stories of entire tribes disappearing without explanation, of people who stray too far into the jungle and are never seen again. What if Hoer Verde became the latest offering to whatever lurks beyond the trees? Then there is the theory of mass hysteria. Could it be that something, some sickness, some collective madness, drove the villagers into the wild, causing them to vanish into the jungle, never to return? But if so, why weren't their remains ever found? Some claim there is another explanation, one that defies reason. The alien abduction theory. The villagers of Hoer Verde didn't leave. They were taken. In the weeks before the town's disappearance, some reports claim strange lights were seen in the sky above the jungle. Unexplained flashes, moving in patterns that no aircraft could match. Something have descended upon the town that night, something not of this earth. Mass alien abductions are rare, if they even exist. But if they do, what if Hoer Verde was chosen? What if an entire town was harvested by something beyond human comprehension? And then, there's the theory that terrifies even the most hardened skeptics. Dr. Eleanor Peck, a historian known for her work on unexplainable disappearances, suggested something unsettling. She linked Hoer Verde to a series of other mysterious vanishings. Roanoke in North America, Melusine in France, Demon's Alley in New Jersey, and Pleasant Green in England. What do all these places have in common? Occult rituals. Peck proposed that Hoer Verde may have been the site of an ancient forbidden ritual, one intended to summon something from beyond our understanding. A name appeared in her research again and again. A name whispered in forbidden texts, scrawled in ancient manuscripts. Azathoth, a being of chaos. The blind, idiot god. A force so unfathomable that reality itself bends in its presence. Could Hoer Verde's disappearance have been the result of a ritual gone horribly wrong? Did they succeed in summoning something that erased them from existence? And what of the phrase written on the chalkboard? There is no salvation. Was it a warning? A desperate cry for help? Or a grim acceptance that whatever was unleashed could not be undone? And what about the most chilling theory of all? What if Hoer Verde never existed? Some researchers claim there are no official records of the town, that its story originated not in historical documents, but in a 2004 Russian newspaper article filled with exaggerated tales and speculation. That the village, its people, its mysterious disappearance were all a fabrication. A ghost story that spiraled into something larger than itself. If Hoer Verde was only a myth, why do locals still whisper about it? Why do some claim their ancestors spoke of a town that was there one day and gone the next? What if the truth was buried? What if something so horrifying happened in Hoer Verde that history itself was rewritten to erase it? What really happened to Hoer Verde? Was it a political evacuation? A supernatural curse? An alien abduction? A botched occult ritual? Or nothing more than a legend woven into the fabric of time? If you enjoyed this chilling mystery, be sure to subscribe for more terrifying disappearances, unsolved cases, and dark secrets from history. Let us know in the comments, what do you think happened to Hoer Verde? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.